Welcome everyone, Jokarnis here, back at the Early Days collection. I'm doing a little bit of not an actual playthrough, I just wanted to check out a little bit of Eternal Duelist Soul, specifically the Japanese version, Duel Monsters 5. Because it just so happens that the Japanese version happens to have a little bit of something that the international version doesn't, which is Duel Puzzles. Although they call them D-Tactics in this version. Oh, the intro has the manga panels. That's pretty cool. Duel. Background's a bit, not the background, the border's a bit basic, but considering that it's a bigger screen because of GBA, well, what can you do? I do have to start a new game though. Which means I have to input my name, do all that stuff. Come on, get on with it. Okay, L and R. Okay. Very well. How nice of the Japanese version to have Latin characters. Yes, it's completely... It does not match the rest of the text at all, but whatever. Right, I have to pick a deck. I'll pick red. And of course there's the deck list. Yeah, that, Raigeki, Monster Reborn, cool stuff. An Exodia piece. Unfortunately, just one is not going to be very useful. Anything else? No, seems not. Yeah, whatever. The deck doesn't matter because the dual puzzles are going to be here in the D tactics. Actually, let me check the options here. Let's see, there's screen size, filters, borders, just that. Okay. Yep, Kaiba is here to teach me how to play, because realistically these dual puzzles are just training tools, I suppose. So let's go for a puzzle 1. Unlike future games, the puzzle simulates the whole turn, so I have to start in draw phase. I'm gonna draw. No. So he has 1,000, I have 1,000, he has Ryukshin, I have an Aquamadur. 8 to attack, I need to deal 1,000 damage, I can deal 200 with Aquamadur, which means I actually have 2 monsters I can use for the remaining of the damage, which are Tiger Axe and the Skull Elf. This is, yeah, Cocoon of Evolution. Not gonna matter, and the rest is just filler, level 1 filler, so let's go for Tiger Axe, why not? And let's go battle phase. Swing at the Yukshin for 300, and direct attack for game. So yeah, the first puzzles are very, very simple. Once again, they're training wheels, I suppose. Interesting how I could have just used Mystical Elf instead of Tiger Axe. Generally, puzzles aren't that open, but they are a bit, I guess. Let's see what's next. I got a spell, there's a fusion monster on the opposite side. I have to deal 3,000 damage. Very well. Stand by main. Let's see, he's got Alligator Sword, and the fusion is a plain swordsman. This has to be Blue Eyes. Yep. I got 2 of them, actually. This is Polly, which means this is a third Blue Eyes. I have well, not an extra deck, a fusion deck of Ultimate Dragon. can see that he has cards, but whatever. What he has in his deck and doesn't matter for his puzzles. I do have some filler. Let's see. I can just... I do have a Tyhone, but he's just filler. Okay, so I play the spell. And because this is the first game to use the normal rules, we have the chain. Pretty cool. Select... Oh. There you go. I want to fusion summon the Ultimate Dragon, so I have to use my guys on the field as material. Oh, I love these sound effects. And I think I can go straight to battle. I don't need to summon the Tyhone, I just need to deal 3000 damage, and my ultimate has enough if he does so through Alligator Sword. Boom. So yeah, teaching about fusion summons, that's pretty cool, even if fusions are mostly useless. Too much material cost for little gain. Puzzle 3. Oh, rituals. So I need to deal 3300 damage. Very well. I have a Dark Magician. He has a Summoned Skull. My rituals are... This is definitely BLS and the Magician of Black Chaos. Which means I have the corresponding ritual spells. Yes. 2 effect monsters. A Dark Magician Girl and a Kuribo. I think the plan is to summon Blacklust BLS because he's the strongest using Magician of Black Chaos. Let's see, so if I defeat, that's 500, that means it's 2700 left, I have 2500 from the Dark Magician, which means that Kuribo is a necessary to deal the last remainder of damage, surprisingly. So let's go, Blackluster Ritual. Need 8 stars, so let's go. Let's go BLS. Next I normal summon the Kuribo. And battle. BLS goes for Summon Skull, and the rest go for direct attacks, and that should be a win. Oh, 2800. Wait, I said 2700. Whoops, 2800. Off by 100. But anyway, that means that leaves 300 damage to deal, and Kuribo is 300. Yes, he was an important linchpin of this operation, I suppose. Clear. That's pretty cool. It's a bit unfortunate I cannot understand what Kaiba is saying. It's really just teaching stuff. Let's see, Puzzle 4. Okay, he has an effect monster, and I only have vanillas. Okay. And I drew another vanilla. Mostly trash, but there might be some good stuff. What does he have? Harpy Lady's Sisters. Actually, the effect doesn't matter at all. So I need to deal 1000. Neither of my monsters can swing over. I have a Blue Eyes and a Curse of Dragon. Is Blue Eyes enough? Actually, Blue Eyes is enough, no? Because... Yep. I would deal 1050 damage with this. But it could... let's see, if I use Curse of Dragon, that's 50 damage. That leaves 950. Which means... nope, I have to use Blue Eyes, actually. I have to do the 2 tributes. Because then if I tribute my weakest monster for Curse of Dragon, that would still leave 50 life points for the opponent, so I have to summon Blue Eyes. Of course there will be a puzzle that would let me summon Blue Eyes. Kaiba is the one making them. So this was to teach tribute summons. Really, teaching tribute summons after fusion and rituals. You'd think it would be... they would teach that before, but whatever. Who cares? Puzzle 5! Very well. And a draw. So I have Vanillas on the field in hand, and he has a Vanilla as well. He has Armanite. I have Turtle Tiger, Fiend Reflection, Volgoil, and I have it's this trash. Not very good either. It's Protector of the Throne. I have a Sword Stalker and a Slot Machine, which is interesting because they both have the same attack, but because Sword Stalker is a level 6, requires one less tribute. It's a nice way of teaching, you know? Sometimes, you know, more tributes doesn't mean good stuff, you know? So if I attack with Sword Stalker, that would leave at 2100, which these two cover, so let's go. Not normal, but tribute summon this guy by tributing my weakest guy. And we'll go swing. Actually, I could have swung with the... not the Turtle Tiger. Who's the other guy? Whatever, he'll show up in the battle damage section. Ah, the Fiend Reflection, yes. But whatever, doesn't matter. I have the lethal. Bam! There's no speed up in this game, right? Unlike the Game Boy Color games. This one seems to just work at its own speed. Anyway, all that's left is puzzle 6, and it will unlock more puzzles. Yeah, I guess I could have done these in any order. Oh, I have an effect monster on hand. This sound effect's also pretty good, I have to say. Draw phase. Probably garbage. Let's see, yeah. Garbage. Summon Skull. Gemini Elf, that's a pretty good one. DD Warrior, which banishes the monsters it battles. And there's an opposing Summon Skull. And I have a Red Eyes, which just so happens to have the same attack as the amount of damage I need to deal. So, I can't summon Skull because if I summon, I have to tribute, I swing with him, it's a tie, they destroy each other, and then there's nothing else on my field. As I said, DD Warrior does banish the monsters it battles with. And let's see, he has 1200 attack. That's 1300 damage I receive if I swing, which means I still live. So let's go DD Warrior. One of the most annoying cards whenever I play DDS in the olden days. I always hated this guy. Ooh, that's a big hit that I can survive. Ta-da! Chain, start. Let's see this. Vanished. And there you go, swing with Red Eyes for win. It was a Effect Monster tutorial, huh? Ta-da! And now I unlocked 3 more puzzles, so let's just go ahead and do 7. Ooh, I have a bunch of Effect Monsters on the field. Let's see. Drew another Vanilla. Well, let's see the situation. He has 1900 life points. There's a blocker on the field, a Mystical Elf. And I have a Mystical Lamp. An Oguchi. Jinzo number 7. Rainbow Flower. These guys have all a thing in common, don't they? They're all direct attackers, so I have 4, 4 and 3, 7, 7 and 5, 12, oh, with 4, 16. Okay, I'm missing 300, right? Oh look, I have a 300 effect monster, it's Lego! And it just so happens that Lego is another direct attacker. Summon. Yep. This is a totally... This kind of situation would never happen in a real game. When would I use a bunch of the direct attackers? They're so weak, they get run over by everything. And the amount of damage they deal is so low that it's just... What's the point? I guess they're better than Sparks, I guess. Of course, I have to signal every time I want to say, yes, I want a direct attack. I don't want to attack the mystical elf, but oh well. The rest of my hand was probably just trash. Maybe there was a higher attack monster, but not high enough to swing at the mystical elf. Not that it would matter, because the whole point of this puzzle is to deal damage while ignoring enemy blockers. And there's still the floppy disk marking the save. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's go for puzzle 8. Oh yeah, there's a difficulty level with each puzzle. Oh, I got 2 effect monsters and a spell on hand. Let's see, he has 4,500, which is a pretty big number. I wonder what is he blocking with? Labyrinth Wall? 3 of them. I have Blue Eyes? 3 of them. My spell is Dark Hole. My monsters are... My effect monsters are Catapult Turtle and Cannon Soldier. And the rest is just the trash. I think the idea... Okay, so Dark Hole is a bit of a trap, because if I activate Dark Hole, then I can summon Catapult Turtle, I can summon the Cannon Soldier, but he won't deal enough damage. He could swing for 1400, tribute himself for another 500, that's not enough. Catapult Turtle, the effect is tribute the monster to inflict half of its attack as damage. So this is tribute summon. I tribute 1 Blue Eyes, that means I have 2 Blue Eyes left, each deals 1500 for 3000, and then I would have to deal 500. Catapult Turtle itself has 1000, so it would be the 500. Yep, Dark Hole is not the solution. Catapult Turtle is. Summoning Cannon Soldier wouldn't have been good, because I would only deal 2000 at most. I have to be careful to tribute the Catapult Turtle last. Also, shouldn't I tribute the monster as part of the cost? It seems that Catapult Turtle is tributing for effect, which I'm not sure is how the card is supposed to function. Whatever. How weird that Catapult Turtle can just launch itself, isn't it? But, well, that's how they decided to make the card. So yeah, burn damage tutorial. Pretty cool. I mean, I guess it makes sense to do this one after direct attackers. Actually, it wasn't after direct attack. Was it? Whatever. Let's go for 9. Very well, he has 2 effect monsters on field. They're both in attack position. Bit of a bother that I have to wait for this. Let's check. Penguin, Knight. 2 of them. I don't remember their effect. But I don't think the effect matters. Does it have something to do with shuffling back to the deck? I don't remember. I have a face-down Penguin Soldier, which... Yep, I have a gold Penguin. And the Flying Penguin, so many penguins. Anyway, flip summoning the Penguin Soldier will bounce the Knight. 2 2 of them, please. There you go. Back to the hand. I also, this is probably just trash and penguins. Anyway, so I have, let's see, 23, 1,000. Well, I'll just summon this, which is another flying penguin, and go for the attack. Flip monster tutorial, I suppose, was what this was supposed to be. Flipping a monster face up, if it has a flip effect, will do things. Man, Penguin Soldier just... pretty... strong effect. Like bouncing 2? Now the question is it better than Man-Eater Bug? Maybe. I mean, you can't revive something that was bounced. You have to summon it again. What if it was a high-level monster that requires tributes? You have to tribute it again. There you go. Good. So yep. Another one done. And let's check. What's this level? It's 10. Oh, the difficulty level is starting to become yellow. Ooh. Okay, 4,000. The damage on my steel is 4,000. I have 100. I have absolutely no leeway. To be honest, there only was ever one puzzle that required me to take damage, but maybe there could be another? I don't know. My spell is Monster Reborn, though. I have a Blue Eyes. He has a Sorcerer of the Doom. Let's see. I think the idea... Let's see. If I swing at him, it's basically 1,500. Basically. That still leaves 2,500 damage, which I just so happen to have with this guy. Summon Skull. So, I'm gonna tribute the Blue Eyes to summon the Summoned Skull, and then bring back the Blue Eyes with Monster Reborn. Yep. Man, I love the screens in this game. Attack position, please. Ta-da! Done. It's swinging time. Swing at the Sorcerer of the Doom. And that will be enough damage that the rest can be dealt with Blue Eyes. Sometimes a good strategy is to just discard the big guy to summon with Summon Skull. Special summons are really overpowered. Puzzle 11. Very well, I have to affect monsters, and I drew a spell, which is pretty interesting because generally the draw tends to be a generic level 1. But I guess I'm gonna have to think a bit now. I have a Garuzis versus the Gemini Elf, which is bad for me. Actually, the generic level 1s at the start of the hand, unusual. This is a Dragon Piper. Effect irrelevant because there's no Dragon Capture Jar, and I think that's a flip effect as well. Muka Muka, weak monster but becomes stronger with each card in my hand. And the spell is actually part of Greed. Let's go for it. Very well. There you go. Drew 2, it's all trash, but doesn't matter because Muka Muka is the solution. I have 2,400, I can swing over the Gemini Elf now. $500 damage. And Garuzis can clean up the rest. Nice. teaching card advantage is what this is doing. Because, you know, you +1 with the pot of greed. Whatever. Anyway, puzzle 12. Oh, I think I saw a trap. Yep, there's a face-up spell, face-up trap. Okay, so I'm gonna draw. Oh, this is the... I have a quick play spell in my hand, don't I? Let's see what I have. MST, quick play. Remove trap. D spell. Now, what do I have here? Face down. Face down is the clown zombie, which happens to have enough attack to finish the game by himself. But I have to check what he has. He has chain energy. I have to pay life points to activate stuff and summon stuff. Gust fan. I completely forgot what this does. And the face down I cannot check. If I remember correctly, in future games, you can check the opponent's face downs. I think? But I'm not quite sure. Either way. Chain energy is acting as a bottleneck, so it's the first card I must get rid of. So let's go for D-Spell. Of course, chain energy attack. I take the damage. Well, it's a life point cost. Anyway, target the spell. Now it's asking me if I want to chain. I cannot chain. Actually, I can chain, right? Because OCG rules allow me to pay exact life points, which would result in my own defeat. But, well, whatever. Next is remove trap. I don't know what Gust Fan does, but I'm just gonna remove it. Actually, I could have chained the MST now, safely, but... And now I can finish with the MST, which destroys any spell or trap. I can also use the previous cards to target face downs, but if it's the wrong type, then I waste a card. Ooh, unique animation, and it was a trap. It was Mirror Force. Flip summon and attack. Don't even need to summon anything else. So yeah, nice puzzle to teach about spell and trap removal. This is a brilliant tutorial, I have to say. And it started a new type of duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. Let's go for 13. Oh, the background's different, and I'm loving it. Okay. Standby main. Let's see what he has. Well, he has a field spell, it's the forest. The opposing cards are Battle Ox, who is being boosted. Dark Witch, which is not being boosted. And Flame Cerberus, who's not being boosted. My cards are Monster's Bird. Where's Monster's Eagle? I forgot the name. It's Monster's Bird. Thunder Dragon. And Axe Raider. I have 3 monsters that I can summon. Well, I can summon one of them, which are Lajin, Komori Dragon, and 7-colored fish. Since we're in the olden days, we can replace the field spell by playing our own. We have Mountain, Yami, and Umi. Okay, so if I remove the forest, Battle Ox will power down. I'm confusing. I'm mixing up Dark Witch with Lamoon, and I was about to say Lamoon, but no, Dark Witch has 1800. What is this? Okay, this is boosted by Mountain. Boosted by Mountain. Boosted by nothing I have, I think. I don't have Sogen, right? It was Mountain, Yami, and Umi. This is nerfed by Umi. This is nerfed by Yami. And this is buffed by for the forest is already on the field. So what matters is... I think I should play the Umi to nerf the Flame Cerberus. which would mean that the monster I should summon is the 7-colored fish. Let's try it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but let's just go for it. Actually, it probably didn't need to be the 7-colored fish, but whatever. Ooh, mixing up stuff. Ooh, effects. Actually, it goes back to neutral before changing to the other spell. That's funny. Anyway, Komori Dragon is pretty weak. Even with the mountain, it would have been weaker than 7-colored fish. And Lajin would need Yami, which would nerf the Dark Witch. But anyway, let's go. I might have screwed up, but we'll see. So, wait, do I have an 1800? I do have, which I'm gonna go for the Dark Witch with this card. Wait, what monster was this? I forgot. Oh, Thunder Dragon. Oh, Thunder Dragon's a Thunder, so he gets boosted by Umi as well. Oh, I forgot about that. Yep. I forget, Thunder gets boosted by 2 fields. Aha, fish takes down the fire. Yeah, it's just like the old days where water beats fire. Yep, this is a dub. I even do with an excess of 100 points. Nice. How many types are boosted by 2 fields? It's Thunder and Beast Warrior, right? Because Beast Warrior is boosted by both Forest and Sogen. Anyway, puzzle 14. Also, Reptile gets no boosts or nerfs, and Pyro and Fairy both receive nerfs only. Machines as well. Machines get nerfed by Umi. Okay, what is this? I have. Why do I have 10 points of life? What? Anyway, the opponent has a Mystic Horseman, a Judge Man, and a Battle Ox. This is clearly Kaiba stuff. I have a Beaver Warrior, a Beta, a Silver Fang, sorry, and a Feral Imp. My hand has Dark Magician, so it's Yugi stuff, Gaia. I should have figured out that was Gaia just from the stat line. A Cursed Dragon, Gazelle, a Celtic Guardian, and just a generic level 1. Couldn't even have been Kuribo. It's Key Mace. So I need to... I need to break the board with the tags, so what's the best way of doing it? Let's see. As a 13 can be... If I sacrifice this, like boom, boom. If I trade these guys, I still have to deal with the Judgment. The problem is that if I do that, and I tribute someone like the Curse of Dragon, then I will not have anything that can deal with the Judgment. This guy can deal with Judgment, like boom, swing, this guy, right? Curse of Dragon can handle this guy. Then I can trade these and... No, it's not enough, right? No, wait. If Curse of Dragon swings at this guy, I'm dealing 300 damage. Which means a 1200 is actually enough for a direct attack if I attack the guy in defense and I do the trade. Okay. Let's go. Hope I'm not wrong. So Curse of Dragon goes for the big guy. Which was, of course, the Battle Ox, deal 300. I swing at Judge Man with my 1700, which is a Beta the Magnet Warrior. I trade the 1300s. Yep, this is the battle tutorial about the outcomes of attacking attack position monsters, defense position monsters, and monsters with the same attack. And now I finish with my 1200. good. Loving it. Very well. Next is puzzle 15. Let's go. Ta-da! So he has an empty field, which is what? Well, what's happening here? And I only have vanillas. There are monsters in the graveyard. There's a blue eyes. There's a mystical elf. But what do I have? A giant soldier of stone and a Celtic guardian. Together they would deal 2700. So I need to summon something that. Wait, am I missing something? Because if I summon... Okay, 2500 plus 1400 equals 3. That's not enough, though. What is this? It's a Curse of Dragon Beds. Surely I just have to summon my low guy, my low level with the highest attack, like... Yeah, it's like, why am I overcomplicating this? It's just, yeah, summon Ferrolim. It's just, yeah, just... He's got a lot of life. If I tribute summon, I'm gonna lose... damage potential. Just summon the biggest low level. What is this supposed to teach? That if I want to maximize damage, then I should just put more bodies on board? Is that the point? I guess that's it. Anyway, let's go for 16. Ooh, I have a full board of monsters, that is. Okay. He has a Zeta Dement and a face down. I have Harpy Lady. Oh, I have 3 of them. A Horn Imp, and a Kuribo. I have generic level 1s, a Raigeki, a Harpy's Pet Dragon, and a Summon Skull. How much does Dragon get from Harpy Ladies? 300 for each? 2900 if I leave all the Harpy Ladies, which would make it stronger than the Summon Skull, but requires an extra tribute. First, let's go for Raigeki. Maybe I don't even have to bother with all this, you know? Uh-oh, chain. It's anti-Raigeki. Uh-oh. Loss. So yeah, that was a trap. That was anti-Raigeki. Once again, if this was a future game, I think the game would have told me, would have let me see that there was an anti-Raigeki and that I shouldn't have activated it. Whoops. Now I have to wait for all this. Either way, I can run over Zeta Dement with the Harpy's Pet Dragon. The Horn Imp has the same attack, so yeah, I just tribute the Horn Imp and the Kuribo. Very well. Love the effects. And there you go. Change alt attack. I should have figured out that the face down was something suspicious when my only spell was Raigeki, but... Yep. Zeta gone. So all that's left is a Harpy Lady Assault. What a neat little trickery that they pull off. This wasn't like that the spell trap removal puzzle where I had one card for each, so I could just clean up the board without much bother and without caring about what the face down was. But here I just had no idea of knowing. Anyway, puzzle done. Man, Anti-Raigeki was devilish. Anyway, what's next? Puzzle 17. I got a spell. Very well. I have to do 2000 damage. He has a Harpy Lady, One-Eyed Shield Dragon, Heart Armor. I have Fiery Arrow, and a Gigatech Wolf. The spell I have is a Change of Heart. I have some generic stuff, and I have some monsters I can summon. I have Terror the Terrible, Judgment, Blue Eyes. Let's see. If I'm gonna use Change of Heart, I should use it on the monster that is the most troublesome to get rid of. Which might not actually be... Let's see, if I have... Because I can trade 1300s, so maybe getting rid of the 1300 defender and attributing it for a stronger monster could do it. This is also pretty big defense. I need to deal 2000. How do I deal 2000? Twice? Nah. Still Harpy Lady? No. Still Harpy Lady. Swing at this one with Harpy Lady. Then I would have 2 attacks, but... I'm having difficulties. This guy clears this guy. Okay, yeah, I see. Steal this guy, clear this guy with Fiery Arrow, swing at this one with Judgment, and then direct attack. I think that's the plan. Doesn't show the card switching places physically, just warps. And now I tribute that guy because it's the because it has the weakest attack. And I think that's it. Let's see. I hope I didn't screw up. What if I'm off by 100 damage? So yes, teaching about stealing monsters, another board breaker stylish puzzle. Actually, I'm in excess of 100, that's pretty cool. Nice! And does he really have to show Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon all the time? Puzzle 18. Duel. Okay, what do I have? I have monsters in the graveyard. Does he have any? He has, but I'm not gonna bother. Or am I? Let's see, he has a Blue Eyes. Graveyard has Polly, Baby Dragon, Trihorn Dragon, Hyosandryu, Sengenjin. Okay. My grave has an Armail. My field has Garnesia Elephantis, Thousand Dragon, Red Eyes. My hand, my spells are Dark Hole and Monster Reborn. Oh, I see the solution already. So first we start with Dark Hole. Oh, I set it accidentally, never mind. Since it's a normal spell, I can flip it. Same turn, no problem. Or they get sucked. Oof. Next is Monster Reborn to bring back the blue eyes that I just destroyed. Yep, that's the one. And then I summon my 1500. Which is Alligator Sword. Yep, that was a pretty easy one. I guess, besides being just a board breaker puzzle, it's teaching... well, it's another way of stealing monsters, right? Not just Change of Heart, I can also use Monster Reborn to steal the... the monsters I destroy, turning my opponent's strength against them. Well, puzzle 19. Very well. Okay, so what do I have? Field, I have Alligator Sword and Battle X-Raider. I was almost saying Battle Ox. Opponent has Lajin and Red Eyes. Grave, opponent's grave has Dark Magician, Judgment, Battle Ox, Mystical Horseman. My grave has Red Eyes, Tiger X, Panther Warrior. My hand has one generic level 1, Tribute to the Doomed, Monster Reborn, and I have Tiger X, Root, Kaiser, and a Blue Eyes. Now the cool thing is, I can activate Tribute to the Doomed, and since it requires a discard, I can discard the Blue Eyes to summon it back with Monster Reborn. So the idea is to do that, plus a summon, and that's it, I think. Yep. Let's go Tribute to the Doom. Pitch the Blue Eyes. Destroy their highest attack monster. Activate Monster Reborn. Which brings back the Blue Eyes. Summon an attack, obviously. And then since I want to maximize my damage, summon the Tiger Axe. Since I do need to deal 5500 damage, the only monster I can use to destroy that one is Blue Eyes, so let's go for it. That's still 1200 damage, nice. And another swing. That's it, just direct attacks, that should be enough. Let's go. Keep going at it. Yep, I have enough. That's cool. In excess of 200, actually. Pretty cool. That's good. So yeah, this is what I was thinking about earlier. Discarding my strong guys on purpose to bring back with Monster Reborn. As an old strategy from the olden days that stays relevant to this day. Although it isn't necessarily discarding cards that are the strongest, but sometimes discarding a card that's has a floating effect, but then that can be brought back later or something. I don't know. Just evolve. Anyway, I forgot the number of this puzzle. I don't care. What I care is that I have to deal 3400 damage, and my opponent has a Panther Warrior, a Trihorn Dragon, and a Red Eyes. I have a Dark Magician, a Slot Machine, and 2 face downs, one of which is Man-Eater Bug, and the other is a Harpy Lady. So let's go flip summon the Man-Eater Bug. Actually, I probably should have fought a bit more, because now I don't know what to destroy. let's see. Dark Magician can swing over the 2400. I don't think I have anything that can swing over the Trihorn Dragon, so let's pick it. This might be a mistake, but whatever. Now that the Man-Eater bug has done its job, I can attribute it for my level 6, perhaps? Let's see. So, I need a 1600, I need to swing at it with something. Let's see, I could use the slot machine to swing over this guy. Dark Magician swings over this one, that's 100 damage. That means I need to deal 33. This one has 1400, so that's 2000 left. Yep, it's this. Tribute the Man-Eater bug. Boom, it's Monstrous Burn. Flip summon the Harpy Lady, and I think we're off to the races. So, let's get rid of the monsters and then swing for damage. Let's go. Aha, it's nice. Another interesting puzzle that teaches more about Duel Monsters. It's not just bouncing, it's removal. I guess the idea of the puzzle is once your weaker monsters have used their effects, you can then tribute them for summons. But what are the odds that a Man-Eater bug stays on the field, even if it activates its effect? Because if you set one, it's just gonna get attacked, and you're just trading 1 for 1 instead of it staying on the field. But then it's probably still advantageous. Well, let's continue. Puzzle 21. Okay, draw phase, and we have a bit of a thing going on. We have a super occupied board. The opponent has 2000 life points. I only have 100, so any sort of complicated puzzles will not involve me taking damage. Anyway, he has a Gate D. No, this isn't D, right? This is someone else. This is Ghoul with an Appetite. This is Ghoul with an Appetite. Gate Dig is the beast type. Yeah, Gate Dig is a beast type. That's so weird. Yep, it's 1600, whatever. There's a Launcher Spider, there's a Pendulum Machine, and a Flame Cerberus. All pretty strong guys. Meanwhile, I have a Hyosandryu, a Millennium Golem, an Air Eater, and Red Eyes. My hand has one generic level 1, a Stop Defense, a Block Attack, a Blue Eyes, a Judgeman, and a Detectable. So how do I deal 2000 here? Let's see. If I use Stop Defense, I change one of these guys to defense. If I change this guy, I maximize damage, but if I change this guy, I can potentially swing over with my Red Eyes. If I use Block Attack, this guy changes to defense and can be removed. But then again, since attacking a guy in defense deals no damage, I can just remove him by using one of my own Twin 100, so it doesn't matter if I use Block Attack on this guy. And if I use Block Attack on this guy, it becomes 1200, which doesn't matter and actually reduces my damage potential. So I think Block Attack does nothing here, because any monster that can swing over this guy can swing over him regardless of position, and the same with this guy, except this, if I attack him in attack position, I'll lose one of my own monsters, but I wouldn't have dealt any damage either way. So perhaps the way to go is to maximize damage by changing this guy to attack with stop defense. We'll try that. I think this is a maximize damage puzzle regardless of board breaking. So now I can swing at this guy with Red Eyes, I can swing at this guy with one of my twin 100s, and then if I want to maximize damage, I would have to summon the blue eyes. And would that be enough? If I attack this guy with... let's see. If I use this against this, that's 300. This against this is 500. So which one is this again? 500 plus the 300. So I need to deal 1200 against this guy. And Blue Eyes does it. Yep, so let's do this. There you go. And now we go to battle phase. Red Eyes swings at this. This one, I forgot who you are, swings at this. Oh, it was the Area. One of my favorite monsters of Eternal Duels of Soul. I don't understand why, but it was. And Blue Eyes swings at this guy. Booyah! Very well. And now I've unlocked the last 3 puzzles, which all have a rating that puts them in the red, so they're very difficult. So, I draw. Well, he has 2200 life points, excuse me, and wait, did I pick the? I picked the right puzzle. That's a different life point total, but I'm starting to see that the field presence is the board is identical. What about my hand? I have a generic level 1. I have the stop defense, the block attack, the blue eyes, the Judge Man, and the Horn Imp instead of the Gigatech Wolf, which is 100 more attack, I think. Now, I cannot use the same solution from last time because he has more life points, so if I repeat the same thing, I'm going to be 150 life points short. Which then brings the question is, how do I use my spells? So, stop defense. Stop defense. Let's see. Since... maybe I should go for block attack first, because here's the thing. Once again, Flame Cerberus has the same problem as last time. Regardless of how I flip him, any of my monsters can... like... the monsters that I can destroy them with are monsters that can destroy Flame Cerberus regardless of position, so perhaps the block attack is wasted on him. If I use block attack on this guy, it's kind of the same problem, but the Hornhim can swing over him, right? In defense. So if I summon Hornhim and swing at him as one guy down, I can then trade these guys, so that's 2 guys down and still no damage, right? I have to change one of these guys to attack. I can swing with this guy against this guy, that's still no damage. If this guy is in attack position and I swing at him with this guy, that's 200 damage, which means Millennium Golem can deal the last 2000. Yep, that's a solution. Summon Hornhim. Activate. Stop defense. Because this guy is 2500, right? So I have to change him to attack to even allow one of my monsters to destroy it. And then block attack. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that the previous puzzle had a 1200 monster and this one had a 1300 monster in hand, I probably wouldn't have figured this one out. But anyway, I have a full field of monsters, so let's go for it. Let's go. One monster down. Let's go. 2 monsters down. Three monsters down. And we're going for 4 monsters down with red eyes. And now the board is clear. Millennium Golem attacks directly for a swing of 2000 damage. Man, they really digitized all that artwork for the GBA version. If I remember correctly, this artwork, the first time that a game used this artwork was it Forbidden Memories? Yeah, Forbidden Memories was the first Duel Monsters in PlayStation, right? Anyway, Puzzle 23. So he has 1400 life points. Okay, he's blocking with a Garnesia Elephantis and a Gatekeeper? No, this is Royal Guard. Okay. Snake Yashi, a Komori Dragon. Urabi. I don't think I can swing at them. Nope. I have 2 generic level 1s, 2 spells. One is Invigoration. The other is Sword of Dark Destruction. They're both equipped. And the monsters I can summon that are strong are Firewing Pegasus and a Pendulum Machine. Now, the thing about these equips is that they raise attack and lower defense. So they have a potential double use here. I could equip my guys to boost them, or equip the opposing defenders to diminish their defenses. So, Royal Guard and Garnesia Elephantis are both Earth attribute, which means I can equip one of them with the Invigoration to lower their defense, which means that my own Earth monsters will not benefit from that if that's the solution. So Urabi wouldn't benefit. Komori Dragon is a Dark, and Snake Yashi is also an Earth that would not benefit. Komori Dragon is a Dark though, which means he can be equipped with Sword of Dark Destruction. Do I have any other Darks? I have the Firewing Pegasus as a Fire, and the Pendulum Machine is a Dark as well. So he could be an alternative recipient of the sword. How much is a boost of the sword? 400. So boosting 400 is not enough to run over the Garnesia Elephantis, which is the lowest defense. So maybe Tribute Summon Pendulum Machine. Tribute Summon Pendulum Machine, equipped with Sword of Dark Destruction, swing at Garnesia Elephantis. Royal Guard is... Wait, no. Hold on, it's 400, right? Wait, what is this? Hold on a moment. Firewing Pegasus can destroy Royal Guard, which means I should equip the Invigoration to Garnesia. How much minus is it? Minus 200? Equip the Komori Dragon with the sword. And then swing with the... What is this? Urabi. Okay, I think that's a solution. So, tribute the Snake Yashi for Firewing Pegasus? Yeah. Very well. Invigoration on Garnesia. It's supposed to be Ganesha, but whatever. That's how the localizers decided to call it. Sword on the Komori Dragon. Look at that! It even shows the number values. That's pretty cool. And look at the icon. The icon moves to show who's equipped with what. That's nice. I like it. What is... Anyway, let's not get distracted by it. Firewing Pegasus destroys the Royal Guard. Komori Dragon swings at Garnesia. What a nice way of using my own equips to debuff the opposing monsters. I guess that's the lesson for this one. And now direct attack with Urabi. Nice stuff. Yeah. Good. So yep, that's... What is it? There's only one test left. Puzzle 24. Duel. Well, he has 1200 life points. What's the solution? We'll see. Opposing blockers are Hyosandryu and Pendulum Machine. I have a Mystical Elf, a Terra the Terrible, and an Enchanting Mermaid. I have a generic... Ooh, not a generic level one. What do I have? I have Sengenjin in hand, a Sanga of the Thunder, Summon Skull, a Judgment, a field spell, Mystical... What is this? It's the field that buffs Dark Attack and debuffs Dark Defense. Not Mystical Space Typhoon, it's Mystical... whatever, I don't remember the full name of this. And I have the Light Attribute equivalent. I forgot the name as well of this one. And it's been a while since I've seen those field spells. Let's see. This is a dark, this is a light. And I have a water, a dark, a light. My hand has Judgment, Summon Skull, and Sengenjin. So summoning the level 7 or 8 is probably going to be a mistake, because I will have only 2 monsters in my side and I have to swing at 2 monsters, so I need 3 attacks, 1 to get rid of each monster and 1 for the damage. Enchanting Mermaid happens to have the same attack as the life points my opponent has, so perhaps I need to find a way to destroy both monsters. Now this is a light. How much is the defense drop from... Man, this... I remember this being called Luminous something. Is it Luminous Spark? I forgot. Anyway, that's minus 400 defense. That puts him at 2400, so I can swing at him with Summon Skull. But then that leaves this guy. An alternative is to use the Dark Field, which boosts my own Summon Skull to a point where I can destroy this and will nerf this guy. But then it will only be minus 400, so... Oh god, I have really difficulties. What is this? It's a nerf. What if this is the 1200 that is meant to swing over? We'll just figure out the solution to this. Sengenjin isn't the solution, Sanga is not the solution. This is boosted. Let's play one spell, see what happens. If I fail, I just do the puzzle again, whatever. Luminous Spark, what happens? I don't think this field spell is a solution, but... Oh, the field looks nice. Oh, wow. So this is 2000, this is 2400. So I still cannot destroy both of them. This doesn't get boosted, this doesn't get boosted, this gets boosted, but I have to tribute too much, and this doesn't get boosted. So let's go for this one. The field is totally black with a galaxy in the middle? What is this? Anyway, that's a 1600. Alright, this buffs my Terra, so Terra can now swing over this guy. Summon Skull should be able to swing over that guy because he gets a boost. tribute to the mystical elf. Yep. Yep, solution obtained. Good thing that I can play more than one build spell and figure out which one is the one that actually works. I could have just made the calculations, but either way, I'm gonna have to figure out what the field spells are named because I completely forgot. Well, that's enough. That's 1200. That's a victory. And that's the last puzzle done. Clear! I did it! I won! I did all of them. Yes! Well, I don't really have much to say, other than this was a pretty good beginning for Duel Puzzles, even though they're called the D-Tactics. No relation, I presume, with the trap card that is Destiny Hero support that didn't exist back then. But yeah, this was a nice start. A good tool to teach. I suppose this is the tutorial mode for this game, but later on games would have more complicated puzzles. And would make them a game mode of itself, but for now, it was just a little experiment that we wouldn't see again for a while because the M6, I believe, did not have D-Tactics or puzzles or of any kind. So either way, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. This is Draconis out. Goodbye.